Think about that. Looking pretty good, huh? This is a 6-pound boneless half butt roast. So it's going to be my first time cooking one of these. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I got to go ahead and get this out of here first and get it dry rub, and I'm going to let it sit overnight. What I did was I washed the sink out before I did this, just in case. I don't know. Look at this. Got a dang rope on it. I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Oh yeah.
So here's what I'm doing. I got my Weber Smokey Mountain 14.5 cleaned out, ready to go. Of course, I've watched several videos, read several articles on pulled pork. Of course, I like Harry Sue. I watched a video recently where he said to put the wood on the bottom. So I'm gonna try that today. Now these chunks, I've got some pecan here. I've got 2 of those here. Now this is a pretty big hickory chunk. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room for charcoal. I'm going to put a couple of little lighter cubes in here and light them and see if I can get the charcoal going. Got the midsection here. I've just wrapped the water pan with foil. I don't think I'm actually going to put water in it. And then I've got the top grate. I've got a Thermopro here. Oh, see where we're at so far. Got all the vents open. It's about 63 degrees. It's going to get hot here in a second. This thing is like split in half. I don't understand. Is it supposed to be like that? Like it's going to slide over and fall over while it's cooking. Oh my gosh, just got the smoke in my eyes. Okay, I'll catch back up with you in a minute. Or in a while. What's going on, everybody? It's 640. It was up to 280. So I kind of knocked back the vents a little bit more closed. They're about 75% right now. And this back down to 277. I'm trying to keep it no more than 275. Somewhere in that range. I don't want it to take all day long. So if it goes in between 250, 275, somewhere in that range is good. I really have no idea what I'm doing on this pulled pork. It's the first one I've ever done. I don't know if I said that, but I got my coffee. You can see the sun coming up behind me. It's gonna be a good day. I'll check back with you. All right, it's been about an hour and 15. You can see the dome temp's reading about 250, but at the grill, let's look down here. See 271, and the internal on the pork is 70 right now. So it's hovering between 271 and 272, which is fine. Even after adjusting the vents the last time, it only got down to 277 and then went back up to 279, so I had to close the vents even more. So I've got one vent like 75% closed and the other 2 at the bottom barely cracked open. So probably will be quite some time now before I check in with you again. I'm gonna let it go for several hours, and then I'll let you know if I gotta do something different or I gotta add fuel or if something happens. See you. And just so you know, I do have the top vent completely open. Alright, it's been about 3 hours, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'll tell you right now, the internal temp on the grill is 261 and the internal temp on the pork is 142. So let's see what it looks like. Whoa, it's falling apart. I guess it's okay. It's just kind of lopsided. The whole thing is just falling apart though. I mean, it's split. It's kind of a weird looking butt. I don't see, I've watched several videos on YouTube and I haven't seen any that have that split like that. It's looking pretty good though. Still moist. I'm not going to spritz it or anything right now. So let me get the top back on it. Alright, I'm going to let it ride. I don't know, it just makes me kind of nervous with the way that pork is split open like that. That means it's probably not going to take as long to cook, and it's probably going to be done way earlier than I want it to be. Because where it's split, you know, the heat's getting in there, so it's going to cook the inside faster. What kind of pork butt is this? Man, it was wrapped with a net and everything. Man, I'll tell you stinking what? It is what it is. I mean, I can't do anything about it now. Maybe I bought the wrong thing. It said half pork butt. That's what it said on it, I think. So pork butt is what it is. It just looks different than the ones I've seen on YouTube. There's no bone in it. Maybe that's where the bone used to go. I don't know. Maybe the bone holds it together. I don't know. These are all things that are coming to my mind right now. I'm thinking about. Temperature's crawling back up. It's about 231 now after I took the lid off. I do need to make a run into town, so hopefully it's going to be good while I'm gone. Fingers crossed. All right, internal grill temp 268, pork temp 166. It's been 5 total hours. Look. Oh yeah, look at that. It smells really good out here too. The bark is actually really pretty dark right now. Spritz it just a little bit. And this is what I mean by it's splitting. You see that? The whole thing is open up on this side. I really don't know what to do about that, but the inside of it's getting cooked too. So it's gonna cook a lot faster. I don't know whether I need to wrap it right now or not. The bark's looking pretty good. It's pretty dark on there. Alright guys, hope it's focused on my face, I can't tell. Alright, so I've been reading stuff, and the internal temperature where I have my probe right now is 164, and the outside edges are like 180 something because of the way the pork split the way it did. And I've been reading that, you know, around 160 you got to wrap it. If you're planning on wrapping it, you wrap it at that point. And I'm really nervous I'm going to dry out the edges, and I don't want them to get dry. So I feel like if they're in foil, maybe it'll protect the edges, and it will help push that internal temperature up to where it needs to be a little faster so I can get it off the grill. So basically it's cooked way faster than I anticipated it. It's not even noon yet. Oh my gosh. So it's 165 internal. I'm going to wrap it, put it back in the smoker, and let it cook with the thermometer where it's at until that gets to 195, I guess. I don't know. You know, really, I don't know what I'm doing. It smells stinking good though, I gotta tell you. I'll say right here. 173. I probably got poked in a slightly different spot. And when I went to grab it just now, on that one little part that was split open, it started to break apart like pulled pork does. Alright, so things have happened super fast. It's saying that the internal where I have the temp probe is at 207. That is absolutely insane. I had to run and get some more aluminum foil, and it was at 198 when I left. I gotta take it off of there. Like super fast. So let's get this in the cooler. There you go. It's gonna be sitting there for at least 4 hours. Hope it's okay. Just a couple of thoughts now that I've been through the panic of trying to get that thing out, wrapped, and put it in the cooler. I really hope it didn't dry out. Gosh, it's my first one, so I'm just nervous about everything. I remember being like this before I ever cooked anything on the smoker. And I'm really still not that experienced because I got into smoking, smoked a few things, and then I basically stopped for like 2 years. So I haven't really smoked much of anything, maybe 1 or 2 things in the last couple of years. So, but I really want to get back into it. I really enjoyed it and love it, so I'm trying to ramp it back up. But anyway, I hope it's not dried out. I hope it sits that long in the cooler because it's 4 or 5 hours till supper time and it's already done. I was expecting it to be, you know, done around 3 or 4 today. It is what it is. I didn't have to refuel at all. It stayed within the high 250s to high 260 range the entire time, so it's pretty good, honestly. About 6 hours without any refueling. This little bitty 14-inch smoker is pretty good, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna catch up with you later on when I go to pull this thing apart. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. Not only did I smoke a butt, but I also made some baked beans. I was going to do a full video on this, but I just ran out of time because I also built a raised garden bed today for my wife, so I just ran out of time. Maybe I'll do another video at another time if those turn out looking good. Or tasting good, I guess. Well, it's time. Got the pulled pork right here. All wrapped up. I'm gonna try to get it in here and not lose any of the juices. Now I do have to explain something I messed up. Whenever I showed you the video of me putting the hickory and the pecan, what I thought was hickory was actually mesquite, and I didn't find that out till just a minute ago when I was making those baked beans. I went to get some hickory, and lo and behold, turns out that the pack I got it from was mesquite, and I don't even have any hickory. So there's no telling how this is going to taste. I think it's going to taste great, but just won't have the hickory flavor like I was thinking. There's the juice. The juices and the goodness. It's a shame about the fat. Look at all that. I know I left a lot. I know I left a lot of fat. First of all, my knife is not sharp enough. It's gonna be around 140 degrees still. That's pretty awesome. After 5 hours in the cooler, that's amazing. So there's one thing left to do, and that is to shred it. All right, this is about good, I think. This is looking awesome. I'm so excited I can't even explain to you how excited I am. What you want, dog? What you want? You want some of that right there? Too bad. Maybe I'll give you a small piece. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of rub to it just to season it off. You see that right there? Let's do this. It's really good. I mean, this is another harder piece. I know that's probably one of the ends that dried out. But still, it's good. So now I gotta try to go get the beans out, and then we can have supper.
It smells so good.
Take a bite of that junk. It's all the mustache. Awesome. Well, it turned out better than I thought it would. It was pretty hectic, I guess, being my first time. And, I don't know what to say. It's really good. I have learned a lot doing this one, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm also looking forward to doing some brisket. Made some beans, too. I'll be eating those in a second. All right, thanks for watching. I'm glad you stuck around. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.